Boom, we are live. What's going on, everybody? It's Dot Bets with Teaser Nation. We are live, coming to you a little bit different broadcast. We are going to be going live. We're live currently on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. So we are going to break down the Wells Fargo Championship. How are we feeling tonight, Teaser?
I'm feeling good, man. We haven't been on for a couple of weeks now. Had a short break there with some kind of shitty weak field, so we're back. This week's not really a good field, but it's close to home, so I'll be there 3 out of the 4 days. We have to cap this one, so I'm feeling good about it. There's a couple guys I'm eyeing up. It's going to be a short, small card this week. I don't want to go too much. We've got the PGA Championship next week, so kind of already looking forward to that, but.
Yeah, and you said you were actually going to this tournament, correct?
Yeah, man, it's 20 minutes away. I didn't grow up on the course, but I played it a lot in tournaments and stuff, so I know a lot about it. So we'll see. Hopefully, it helps with the betting side of it. But
hell yeah, of course. So if you guys are just new tuning in, appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, if you guys want to leave a comment, if you guys have any questions, we're going to talk about matchups. We're going to talk about placements. We're going to talk about outrights. And we're also going to talk a little bit of DFS. We'll probably be here maybe until 8, depending on how many questions we get. We'll run through it. I'll give a couple outrights. Teaser will give a couple outrights. We'll talk back and forth with placements, and we'll bounce ideas off each other, who we're liking, and so forth. So, Teaser, you want to give a little bit of background on the course itself and pretty much what key stats we want to be looking at this weekend.
Yeah, so this course, it's a par 70, or they made it a par 70, 7,100 yards about. I believe there's 8 par 4s above 450. So basically, just a couple notes I wrote down. For these guys, you need to be precise off the tee. There's no long rough or anything. There's a lot of, trees around tight fairways. The greens are going to be hard and firm. So I don't think this is going to be a birdie fest. Maybe the rain does make it a little bit more of a birdie fest, but I do think the conditions will be tough. There's supposed to be a lot of wind this week, so it's actually maybe a fun tournament to watch. You have to be kind of conservative off the tees, but going aggressive at these pins. There's going to be some good pin locations, and there's a fun hole. There's a 14th hole. It's 295, so hopefully we can see a hole-in-one on a par 4. That would be kind of cool, but it's very gettable, that hole. So there's some scoring chances out there, but I do think it'll play kind of tough this week. So the key stats, like I was saying, I put fairways gained in my models because that's always important. Strokes gained approach, that's going to be every week, obviously. Par 4s, 450 yards to 500. And then I also threw in proximity, 175 to 200, because that's kind of the range you're going to have going into these par 4s. So just getting into my outrights, I just played 3 this week. Nothing too special. I'm going to start off with Hatton at 25 to 1. I kind of like the number in a weak field on him. Not the best number, obviously, but I just think he's due for a good week. I think he's due for a win. He rates out at 23 in my model, so not that great, not too bad either. But tee to green, he's always good. I'm actually surprised fairways gained he's that bad, but hopefully laying up and playing more conservative off the tee, he's going to hit a lot more fairways. I do like his approach play at this course, so I'm starting with him. And then my second guy, I'm going to have to go Cam Young. He's a longer hitter, which doesn't really play well here, but I mean it's Cam Young. He's proven he can really play at any course. He played well at RBC, which is a positional course as well. I watched him there a little bit. Opportunities gained will be huge this week. He's number 1 in that category. Off the tee, he's 2, and par 4s, 450 to 500, he's 3 in the model. So yeah, he rates out well. So I'm also playing him at 30 to 1. And then finally, I really like how this guy's been playing this year. I think he won the Honda, obviously. Sepp Straka at 45 to 1. He probably should have won the RBC. I was following him there on the back 9. He just didn't do enough to win, but he was right there in the mix. So the key stat I'm looking for at him is the proximity 175 to 200, which he probably will have in most of these par 4s. So that's a key stat, the proximity 150, 175 as well. He's just playing overall good golf right now. So those are the 3 I'm eyeing up. if you want to get into yours.
For outright, those are outright, you said?
Yeah,
So
3
it's
outright.
Hatton, Cam Young, and Straka
Yep.
for you. Perfect.
It's really I don't even like the numbers. You just have to. I just have to pull a trigger on some of them in the week. So I mean, they were decent value, but
Oh yeah, a couple that I like for you guys. It's Fitzpatrick and Siwoo Kim. The Fitzpatrick plus 2,000. Basically, it's a pivot move. I'm going to play him a lot more in DFS than Corey Connors. Same plus 2,000 outright, and we're getting half the ownership. So that's a guy that I'm really going to pivot to. If you're looking at a lot of these models, Fantasy Labs, any type of different model that you're looking at, you got those two are very, very high up there. Corey Connors, Rory, and you have Fitzpatrick, pretty much top three. So those guys, I'm going to pivot to the guy with the least amount of ownership, and I'm going to take his outright, and that would be Fitzpatrick. And then Siwoo Kim, I'm throwing a dart. He's plus 4,000. I just think it could be one of those weekends for him that he does pretty well, throwing darts on the green itself. So we'll have those sitting at the bottom there for a little bit here. Getting into placements, and I'll pull up the model from Fantasy National. So if we're looking at that, you're saying your top was strokes gained via approach, correct?
yeah, I would say. I mean, that's always going to be it every week. If we want to be different this week, I would probably look at fairways gained for one. Just to be, because I mean, obviously every course you don't need that. Like last week at Mexico, you really didn't need a really be good in fairways gained. But that, so one guy actually, I'll get right into my outrights here. So I have 3 top 20s and 3 top 40s. I'll just name them now. Obviously I'm going to go Cam Young top 20. I took him outright, so why not take him top 20 at plus 150? I think he's going to go low one of these days, maybe Thursday, Friday, go like maybe 6, 7 under. Also Abe Answer at plus 170. I feel like he's getting overlooked a little bit this week because he's he hasn't really been playing that great at golf. I think he's upset last week. He couldn't play better in his native country. So I think he's going to have a little chip on his shoulder or something like that. I do think this course really, if it's anyone in the field this week, I really do think this course fits him the best. So I think it would be a letdown if he doesn't come top 20. He's short off the tee. I really do. And his approach game is usually pretty solid. So I do think if he can make his putts, I do think he'll be up there this week. And then Sepp Straka, I'm also going to take. This is great value to me. I got plus 210, which is really good value in my opinion. What's he on the board? I think he's like the 8th at 45 to 1. I don't know how many people are in front of him, but 210 seems like a little big of a number to me. So I'm taking him 210. I do think, kind of not a comparable course at the Honda, but you do have to be conservative at the PGA National down there. So he did win that. He was really good off the tee. Kind of surprised me because he was under the radar and he was kind of put himself on the map there. That he's just not a long hitter. He can be precise when he needs to. He's always a good ball striker. And then top 40. It's really, really dart plays for me, kind of short guys off the tee, more conservative. Joel Damon plus 110. It's a falling into the category of all these guys, short off the tee. Brian Harmon plus 120. And then my big dart I really love. I don't know why. I can't even tell you why I love this guy. He's just a fairway finder. If you click fairways gained, it's number one. The man number one there at plus 250 for a top 40. Ryan Armour. I probably wouldn't, if I didn't know the course, I would never play this guy, but I know the course. So I do think, like, just looking at his game, he fits it. So if he doesn't get top 40, I mean, what can you do? But it really fits his game. So
he ranks 14th overall too. So he ranks 14th. So he's up there.
That's actually surprised. I'm actually surprised he ranks 14. That's actually really good as well. But yeah, he actually does rate across the board pretty well. I think the only category is the putting from 5 to 10 feet, which that's not very good. But let's hope he makes his 5 to 10 footers there. Usually that's birdie range. That could also mean saving pars, but. Yeah, I like them this week. That kind of wraps up my placements there if you want to go.
Yeah, I was saying if you are playing any DFS, Armor could be a guy that you throw in at 6,800 on DraftKings, 8,200 on FanDuel. I play more on DraftKings, so if you're looking that route, he's only projected to be about 5 to 7% on. Guy that we think can go off this week. That's what guy that you can shoot up the leaderboards with that not everybody's on. Maybe it's a different guy that helps you shoot up those lineups, and we're going to think hopefully Armor could do that for you guys. So the 2 top 20s that I'll give out on stream, and as always, if you guys have any questions or who you guys are thinking about leaning on, who we should play this week in DFS, whatnot, throw them in the comments. We will answer them live on air. And as always, if you guys want to join the free Discord, that's in the link tree on my Twitter homepage. Free to join. We got close to about 600 members. Literally just talk sports all day long. It doesn't matter if it's UFC, golf, basketball, baseball, whatever it is. We talk all day long in there. Free to join. We've utilized that pretty well. Teasers in there as well if you got any golf questions as well, baseball questions, anything. So join the free Discord in the Twitter homepage. But my 2 that I'll give out here for top 20, it's probably a very, very popular play. It's going to be Abraham Answer. He is the 3rd most expensive on DraftKings this week. I think he comes off of a top 40 finish, it's probably top 40, I think. And this course literally, suits him very well. Yeah. It's a situational course. You're positional. You can kind of shape your shot. And if he does not do well here, I don't know where he's going to do well on tour. If he's just
I agree. I really do agree. We're getting to a point with Answer. Like I love the dude. I think he's one of my top 5 favorite golfers, and I want him to contend everywhere. But it's like at the point where it's like, is he going to be a horse for course type guy? So I'm interested to see if he can. Well, obviously this would be a horse for course type course for him, but yeah, I want to see him contend in the majors too. But I love this dude. I think he's has to play a bounce back week this week. So yeah, we're both on him. I think he's going to.
I'm kind of surprised because his DraftKings, he's only projected to be 10% owned.
So that's the thing. He's been like heavily owned, and now everyone's off of him. So I think this is a great time to buy low, on Answer there. So
and I think it has something to do with the steep price. And if you're going to pay up for someone in that range, you're more than likely going to go with Finau or Connors or Fitzpatrick. And then you have Rory, which we haven't talked about, but Rory's kind of the wild card here. Obviously, he could run away with this tournament. I'm probably staying away from him. If I'm playing DraftKings, I'm going to play him a little bit here and there. Maybe just match the field. I think he's supposed to be close to 20-something%. Yeah, he's close to about 20% right now, but right at 19. So it's steep. He's 11.5. I don't know if I'm gonna touch that. But so moving on. Sorry, top 20s. Answer is plus 160. So I'm gonna put a unit on that. And then teaser was on Dahmen for top 40. I'm gonna go a step further. I'm gonna take his top 20, and he is at plus 250 there. So he ranks out fairly well in this model. He's 5th in the model here. Then this is total with, search game, approach, all types of the data here that collects it, and he's top 5. So I really think he's got a chance. If you want to take an outright on him, you definitely can. But I went the conservative route of top 20, and then the immune teaser went top 40 of it. And I do have a couple top 40s that I'm going to put a full unit on. And that is, first one is going to be Jonathan Vegas. He grades fairly well in this one. He's top 10 here. And if you go to Fantasy Labs, he's number 1 on their model. He grades out a lot of these models here. So I'm going to take a shot here, not take an outright, but I'm just going to be a little bit more conservative and take a top 40 there with Vegas. Hopefully, pretty much double up my money at plus 110. And then my other one is going to be Cam Davis at plus 140. Just a guy that I think is going to have a little bit more, a little bit easier time to score. Hopefully he gets into that range where he doesn't have too much wind there. And I just think it's pretty good value. Cam Davis plus 140. So I got Answer, Dahmen, for my top 20, and then I got Davis in Vegas for my top. Amsterdam in top 20, and then I got Davis in Vegas for my top 40. So you got any matchups you're looking at?
Yeah. So we
for this
can
particular
also.
tournament?
Yeah. So this one, I got to put the tournament matchup out here. I don't understand this line. We were talking before it. My site has Leishman at plus 100 against Patrick Reed. I'm really baffled. I want to go max play on it, but I mean I'm not stupid to do that. But
Who was that?
what?
Well, who was that you're saying? Sorry.
Leishman over Patrick Reed at plus 100 for a tournament matchup. So, I mean, obviously it's all 4 days, but I mean, if I'm just looking at my model, which is not even that, Patrick Reed's 145th in my model. That's almost last, I think. It might be last actually. Let me check.
In the model? Let me pull up.
It's close. It's 13 off.
Who
So
is it?
yeah, I mean,
Patton?
he's literally not good right now. So, yeah, so Patrick Reed, I may go with the fade of that Leishman over Patrick Reed. It's just it seems too easy. I don't know why. I really don't know why it's at plus 100. I mean, Leishman's not the greatest fit at this course, but I'll trust Leishman over him. It'll probably be a 2-unit play for me. So yeah, that's one tournament matchup I'm eyeing up. I may have a couple out later, as you can see when I post my card on Twitter. It'll be out there. But one thing we wanted to add tonight, we're not betting, but just like like a fun dart we'll throw for a top 40 on the board. I was looking. This line actually surprised me. Was Adam Svenson at plus 280, which we both kind of agreed that's crazy value there. I don't think he really. Let me check his recent stats. I believe.
I don't think it's been that bad.
So he did miscut at Mexico. That's okay. He's actually been worse than I thought. So
3 out of 4 missed cuts.
Yeah, I guess he's so either he miscuts or he's like.
Hey, but you got to sprinkle in. That's what the joy of the gamble is, right there.
So yeah, so I watched him at RBC. That's what I remember. So he got that 26. So yeah, if he makes the cut, he's going to be hovering around top 40 all weekend. It's just a matter of if that guy makes putts. Like he has really Bryson's old caddies with him now. I mean, he always boasts like how much talent this guy has, and which he does. He has so much talent. It's just the putting. Right here, strokes gained. He's actually not bad from 15 feet, but it's the small ones and stuff. He's really bad. So the iron game's there. So if he can put it all together, we can see him climb up the leaderboard this week and even over the years. So I don't know if you want to agree with that one or you have another dart play for fun.
I mean, I'm okay with that. Svenson's been a guy that I've kind of played here and there from tournament to tournament. Yeah, I played him a little bit earlier in the year, which has helped as he's kind of recently faded. But yeah, I'm always a fan of Svenson. He's got like a little sweet spot in my heart because I kind of got to him a little bit quicker than most people did.
I'm same boat as you. I got him like before, and I'm trying to ride it. And I like guys who have talent. Like he has a lot of upside. So we'll see if he put it together. But
yeah, and I'm going to take another dart throw here this is a top 40 play. This is just for the stream. If you guys are tuning in, guy that also missed the cut last week, JT, was it Poston? I think
Poston. Don't hate it either. Yeah.
And I mean, a couple weeks before, top 41 at Valero, top 3 at RBC. Obviously, has shown he has top 10 ability. So I'm okay with taking a top 40, even though he has missed the cut in his last 3 or 5. So you're taking a gamble here and there. But I'm okay with Poston, and I'm okay with Svenson. If you want to get crazy with some top 40s, maybe some guys. And those 2 guys, maybe you want to throw in a DFS, very, very low-owned guys that could potentially pop off for you in those high-risk GPP lineups. So we can end maybe on someone that we think is popular enough to maybe miss the cut, or if you want to give a round 1 leader, or if you want to give out both.
We can do both. Heck, give us as much info as possible. Yeah, I think so. I'll start with the first round leader, and then we can go and our fade of the week like we usually do. It hasn't been good recently. I guess we did one, but I picked Burns and he won that Valspar, so that wasn't a good one. But
I think I faded the winner too. Damn, I can't remember what the heck that was.
Did you say Scheffler at the Masters?
That was Scheffler at the Masters. That's what it was. Yeah. God, I looked like a freaking genius there.
Yeah, that was a good one. Where's I'm trying to find. Can you pull up the first round leader odds? I can't find them right now.
Oh, I got him on DraftKings right behind me here. Let's share that screen real quick.
Here we go. I see him now.
Let's share. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, so one guy. Yeah, no, you're good. I have it up too. So one guy, I mean, that obviously sticks out is Cam Young at 40-1. He always goes low one day, so I like Cam Young at 40-1. I mean, Sepp Straka at 50-1. If he gets off to a hot start, he can go low.
Yep.
I'm really just looking at guys who can, some guys are more, they can't really go that low. I mean, obviously they'll have it around here and there. I do like Joel Damon 65-1. So I would say those three, in the different brackets of the value there. I wouldn't, maybe Russ Henley at 30-1. That's actually decent value on him. Because I think his
Henley,
yeah, which is weird because Russ 20-1 to win the tournament. He can't win, so I would never ever take that in my life. Yeah, but I would probably eye those guys. I don't know if you agree or not, or anyone else you would add to that.
I would add. I mean, so I like Henley. I'm okay with Henley as one of them. Probably the other guy that I was looking at would be Vegas at 65-1.
Yeah. Okay.
Or Dahmen. So Vegas or Dahmen down there. If I'm going anybody above, in the Henley range, I would maybe strike gold with Tony Finau. It's just one of those guys where when I'm on him, he absolutely sucks, and then all of a sudden I fade him like I'm going to fade this week, and he does well. So if someone wants to cash with a Tony Finau round one leader, go ahead. But I'll be off of him. I just think it's something that could potentially happen for sure.
Yeah. And then one guy who's going to be popular that I'm fading, that's a tough one, man. I really don't know this week. I don't want to fade Rory. I really don't. I can't go there.
Can't do that.
This may come back. I mean, I already know this guy's not winning, so I won't not pick a winner, or I won't pick a winner. So I'll say Russell Henley because, I mean, everyone's on him this week. I could see him. I mean, this course does fit him. I would say it fits his eye pretty well. But, like, obviously when some guy's heavily owned, I mean, usually shits the bed. So I could see not a miscut, but, not like a top. I would say anything other than a top 20 I would be happy with that.
For who is that?
Russell Henley.
For Henley. So you're not fading him completely from missing the cut. Just
right. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say.
I mean, from a DFS standpoint and a betting standpoint, I mean, he's going to be 21% owned.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying. I mean, he's 9,300 on DK,
right.
Fits the course well, and you're just saying, hey, I'm just going to fade him from not being top 10, not being.
I think he comes 40th or something. I'll give him he makes the weekend. He plays early on the weekend. I'll give him that. How about you? Any guys?
Probably the one guy that's just sticking out to me that I'm usually on, but I'm for whatever reason off. Is Gary Woodland. I don't know why. He just hasn't came to my. I would come to my senses and say, oh yeah, I really want to get Gary Woodland this week. Maybe I'm just totally missing the ball. He's going to be 16% on DraftKings, and to miss the cut at plus 170, throw a little bit of dark money on there, a little bit, but nothing crazy. That'd probably be the only one on this page that I would probably end up fading. So he'll probably end up making the cut, but screw it. He's just one of those guys that I'm usually on.
I don't hate it. I don't know why I don't like betting Woodland. He's so hit or miss. It's just tough to bet him. But I agree. That would be a good bet to him miss the cut if it ends up being a birdie fest. I think he's gonna play well if it's like a slosh, windy, cold. He does play well in tricky conditions. So I think it depends. Look out for that. Whatever. I mean they're saying windy conditions, so maybe he does play well. We'll see. So.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. You're going to be there, so keep us up to date.
Definitely.
We'll throw it on the Discord, so make sure you guys are joining into the Discord. You'll get live access. He'll be literally walking next to the winner.
Yeah, I'll be like, yeah, take them +2 to 1 right now.
Exactly. So yeah, there will be a lot of rain supposedly, but I think Thursday and Friday aren't going to be as terrible as people were thinking. Then the weekend gets a little bit tricky. So there will be some type of chaos, maybe a good chance to live bet this halfway mark. So join the Discord. We'll get you guys live plays from there. And then we'll be back next week, the same time, probably about 7:30. We'll let you guys know to break down next week's. And if you guys have any questions, let us know. You guys can follow my guy at Teaser Nation on Twitter. Make sure you're following me as well. And we appreciate you guys tuning in. And if you guys have any questions, hit us up in the Discord.
Peace.
See you guys.